Help spread love and feel the joy of giving back. During the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event at Beardmore Subaru, Subaru will donate $250 to the charity of your choice for every new Subaru purchased or leased. The ASPCA, Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels, the National Park Foundation, the Housing Foundation of Sarpy County, or Offutt Air Force Base's Airman's Attic. Plus, we will give an additional $100 locally to help even more. Go to BeardmoreSubaru.com to learn more. Submit charity selection by 1/12/24. Promotion ends 1/2/24. See Subaru.com for more details.
J360 Rating.
Hello, J360 Legion, and welcome to another J360 MiniBytes. I am your host, J.M. Brady, aka J-Man, and man, it feels good to be back behind the mic again. I'm testing out something new, as my other headset is actually charging up right now. I used it for so much last night. But, in case those of you didn't realize, I started college again, and this will be the last ride. So, big props to me for doing that. And I'm excited about the course this year. It's not too bad. It'll be all knocked out, and I'll be making so much more money at this point. I'll be able to go golfing anytime I feel like it. But then again, I'm not really a golfer. I'm more of a boxer, but, you know, it is what it is. So I hope you all are doing okay out there. By the way, Hurricane Dorian doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. He's starting to come up the coast. I sure hope he doesn't come up here to DE, but, you know, I can't control it, right? So it's just interesting. I mean, at first, he was coming with so much hellfire and fury around like category 5, and now he's starting to drop in categories all the way to category 2, and he was supposed to go back out into the water, but not so much. And I think they're doing mandatory evacuations around Georgia and the Carolinas. So for those of you out there, just be careful and, you know, make sure you know all of your loved ones are safe. And, you know, I mean, just be smart around this kind of time, you know, because things are very, very unorthodox these days. Oh, and by the way, did you hear about Walmart? They're not going to sell any more ammunition. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. There's so many holes in this argument right now. I mean, yes, I know there was a mass shooting that happened in Texas not too long ago. I'm hoping that a lot of y'all are safe. But it's just, like I said before, it's one way or another. You don't... one way or another, I don't know if there's ever going to be a strong solution in place because they're still out there. You know what I'm saying? Stopping people from buying ammunition ain't going to help. You can get ammunition, you can get a gun from anywhere. You can even find one. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to it, but that's more of something I should tell you about on a J-Man episode, not necessarily a mini-byte. But going into it, it's just a lot has happened this week. But, you know, in the entertaining part of side of things, video games are looking pretty good right now. I mean, well, with everything being a remaster and all, because, see, I'm currently testing out my headset regarding the video games and stuff. I got it the other day, and the best part about it is it's comfortable and it works with all of my equipment, so there isn't a reason that I couldn't do a show even if I wanted to. You know what I mean? And you see, regarding video games, Final Fantasy VIII finally came out. Isn't it amazing how the remastered port comes out a lot quicker than the remake that everybody wants? You know, that Final Fantasy VII remake, man, I got so many arguments about that. To be perfectly honest with you, it's not even on my radar that much anymore. Like, I see it sitting there, and I see, like, they have news about it every time you bring up Final Fantasy, it pops up. But it's like, you know, they got the Final Fantasy VII port sitting right there that you can go ahead and download and enjoy at your leisure. And why would you want to buy the remake of that game when you already got the classic one right there? I mean, that just leads to more arguing, right? But then again, they've changed so many things from what a friend of mine told me. You know, because he keeps tabs on it. He loves Final Fantasy VII. But I'm glad we did get the re-release of Final Fantasy VIII because so many people talk about it and then they forget the bare bones of the story of it. At least now it's like a fun history project you can revisit and enjoy. And you know, that's what I'm going to be doing. Because right now, I'm sitting here waiting for it to finish downloading. Oh, man. And then I also looked at some of the comments on the Instagram page for it. People were saying this. Oh, the backgrounds. Yes, the backgrounds aren't rendered. I mean, it's only the sprites that look better. Yeah, that works. I'm not mad at that. I'm actually pretty happy about that. You know what I'm saying? If they were going to do a full rebuild, it probably would have taken the game longer to come out. I'm just glad we got what we got. It's at least like at the bare bones, it's still everything that was charming about it the first time. And then if you look at Final Fantasy IX's remastered version, like the backgrounds on that weren't shaded up any better, It's just amazing what people won't complain about. And then from time to time, it's like, these are classic games. Like, you can try to do a director's cut on everything, but at the end of the day, you're still going to get that same result, just minor differences. So it's like, appreciate, don't hate. And also, I realized I got to get another cord for this capture card here. Let's see. Yep, I do. And the boy having an orgasm in the back is my nephew. He's playing Apex. I guess he's getting his ass kicked. You know what? Like I said, for J360 TV, I had to film him just falling around and flailing about and stuff. Because I remember when he was growing up, that's all he used to do. He played as many video games as I did. But man, and he would stand there like I'm sure some of y'all have kids and everything, because like when they start playing stuff and they get into it, I mean, like they really get into it. They start standing up, dancing, and trying to do moves like that'll actually help them get better at the games. And boy, he used to do that a lot. And me being me, I would push the game on pause and then just watch him move around. And then it would only take like a few minutes for him to realize that the game was paused, and he'd be like, what's the big deal? And I'm like, I don't know, man. You just working out and shadowboxing and stuff. I was just like, is it really that good of a game? Keep in mind it was Street Fighter, so yeah, it was that damn good of a game. Speaking of which, I need to start competing again. I'm sure some of you noticed that I have the Xbox controller that allows you to, Xbox gaming controllers are not made for fighting. They're more like for shooting and playing sports. But, the fighting commander from Hori is really good. And I like how it's comfortable. The only problem I have with it is that it doesn't have rumble feature. So if I'm getting hit, chances are, that feedback, like if you're getting bodied or whatever, doesn't really go through it. But I also don't have enough money for a fighting stick, and that's like the best gamepad going so far. Even though some people are saying like, oh, the D-pad will give out. Yeah, the D-pad always will give out. It's to be expected. I mean, it ain't no different than when you're using it for the regular Xbox controller, and chances are you forget to zag when you should have zigged, and then you get KO'd out. Which, by the way, I need to start competing again. Going ahead and just jump into EVO. Which is why one of the shows on the J360 TV lineup is a revival of a show that I made way back in 2006. So, stay tuned for that. Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't make that in 2006. I made that in 2009. See that? That's that late 30s senility starting to come in. Granted, I'm still in my early 30s, but you know what I mean. Sometimes it's just onset. Gotta make sure I keep some tabs on myself. Oh, and by the way, since we are in September, just because I'll be at college and I'll be everywhere else doesn't mean that I won't be able to get things done. So we're going to have, as part of my decree, because I'm still King J the First, the Monster Fest is happening again. Matter of fact, it's going to happen, let's see, the calendar, I would say starting at the 26th and throughout all the month of October, those are Monster Fest episodes. I had such a good time doing it last year. I'm going to do it again, and this time we're going to talk more about movies. We'll talk about some folklore statements and some urban legends here and there. And if any of you want to collab with me, let me know. Like, I want to say, hey, let me know by, let's see, September 17th if you're interested. All you gotta do is just email me. Or just leave like a voicemail on the hotline. You all remember the hotline, right? Sure you do. I broadcast it everywhere. So anytime you want to, and you want to discuss like horror movies and everything else, this is your event. And I would like to say, we're going to go into some of those that people really don't talk about anymore. Some of the politically incorrect monsters you can ever think of. Won't do too much real world stuff, I don't think. Then again, that's not entirely true. You'll know it'll be bigger and better than last year. And as of right now, there's a Colin Quinn special that I'm looking into too. He's pretty good with his historical statements. And by the way, for those of you that are actually like me and are just enjoying all of this rage that people have against Dave Chappelle, it gets better. Bill Burr has a special coming September 10th. Oh man, I can't wait. Because if there's somebody else that really gets under people's skin, it's definitely him too. Oh man, but you know, the thing about it is that it's just making fun of the truth about ourselves. You got to make fun of yourself if you're going to be in the comedic business. And I make fun of myself all the time. I don't know why everybody else is so special about their fifis and all. I mean, I was just talking to somebody not too long ago calling themselves nothing and that they're not good at anything and just sitting in a corner and just disgusting. You know what I mean? When you sit in a corner and you beat yourself down, I don't know about you, but negative self-talk is really the biggest killer for a lot of people. And it's like, you haven't tried everything yet. You know? Pull yourself together a little bit. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not entirely perfect. No kidding. But, you know, I don't give up. I don't just go ahead and say, you know, I suck at life and I'm never going to get anywhere. That doesn't make any sense. Life does suck sometimes because of some of the people in it. But here's the beautiful part. It doesn't have to always be that way. Like if you fall down for a little bit, you know, take that one day, cool off a little bit. But by tomorrow, you really should start dusting yourself off and trying again. You know, because it's like that. All these institutions around us, they're designed to make us question and hate ourselves to a point. And the problem is that a lot of us out here, we're willing to let that stuff happen. Oh yeah, we'll sit there and talk about we'll never have money, we'll never date, we'll never do all this stuff. Well, if you keep saying never like that, you're probably right. You'll never do it because you go ahead and you put yourself in that mode lock to where you don't want to do anything. And it gets really, really irritating sometimes because I'm going to tell you this, to build J360 Productions, to go ahead and do all the other things I want to do, I kind of had to break the rules a little bit. Not a little bit. I had to break the rules a lot. Who am I kidding? But of course, I never really asked anybody for permission to do such a thing anyway. A lot of people are out here looking for validation. I had a co-host one time who did that. I need validation. I need instant gratification. Okay, let me help you with that. Then I gave him the middle finger and kicked him out. He mad as hell. And you see, the reason why I did that is because when you know what kind of investment that people are for you, you hope that you rub off on them in a positive way. But that kind of person like that, that's a sponge. That's somebody that sucks all the fun out of you. And they don't do it to impress themselves because their personality flaws and their needs and all that other stuff come before you. That's why I always fight against people like that. It's like, what kind of pig are you? You know? You're not doing anything for yourself, but when somebody like me doesn't want the powers that be running their life and trying to, you know, make them feel a certain way and not get to, you know what I mean, abuse their potential. It's like, who the hell are you at this point? You know what I mean? That's why you got to go ahead and look at toxic people. You got to pluck them out and throw them right into the cesspool where they need to be. And see, the worst part about it is some of y'all are probably saying, oh, Jay, you shouldn't be that cold. You shouldn't be like that. You never know what somebody else is going through. I don't have to care what somebody else is going through. Let's clear the air. I don't have to. I got my own problems. I can do bad by myself. And the thing about it is that I will not allow myself to do bad by myself because I had that moment. You know, high school is one hell of a teacher. At the end of the day, it's not always you yourself. It becomes you yourself. But, you know, it's usually a result of how people treated you and stuff like that. You can't beat yourself down. You got to pull yourself back up. And the worst part about it is that some people are afraid to do it because it's actually work. And it's sad. I look at them from time to time. There ain't no way to do it. But if I actually let society get the best of me, I probably wouldn't be doing half the things that I do now. And the sky's the limit. We all can have what we want. It's just going to take work. It's going to take being responsible, being mindful, and doing what needs to be done. But if you're going to quit and you're just going to be like what they averagely think of millennials do, then, well, keep up the good work, I guess. But outside of that, though, I talked your ear off enough. I got to get on out of here, so I'll catch you all later. And enjoy this mini bite. The J-Man show is coming tomorrow. Kind of did the shuffle schedule. But until then, though, you take it easy. This is the J-Man signing off. Oh, by the way, we got a new rating system. And you can listen to that on Instagram.com/J360 Productions. Because, my God, it's wild. But outside of all that, though, you all take it easy, okay? Peace.
Help spread love and feel the joy of giving back. During the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event at Beardmore Subaru, Subaru will donate $250 to the charity of your choice for every new Subaru purchased or leased. The ASPCA, Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels, the National Park Foundation, the Housing Foundation of Sarpy County, or Offutt Air Force Base's Airman's Attic. Plus, we will give an additional $100 locally to help even more. Go to BeardmoreSubaru.com to learn more. Submit charity selection by 1/12/24. Promotion ends 1/2/24. See Subaru.com for more details.